I'm Chris Jarvis at Acrylic Pixel, and yes, I sold my car so that I could make video games. Let me explain. So I was working for this company up until sort of February this year, and suddenly there was no money. So I've been looking for jobs, I've been doing my portfolio, I've been working on other games on the side. Follow me on my Patreon for updates on Novajet. And I thought to myself, what could I sell that's an asset that could bring in some money until I can find another job? And the thought occurred to me that I could sell my car. So the car I had was an estate automatic. It was like a top-end car, had all the fancy gizmos, adaptive cruise control, etc. There's a bit more to it, so you got to consider things like reliability, mileage, if you've got PCP, finance, existing finance, you've got to consider all those options. And for me, yes, it worked out. I own my car outright, and now I own this new car outright, and so therefore I was able to unlock some capital in the value of the car that I traded in. And I actually sold it for a similar sort of age and similar miles, but it was a smaller car and it didn't have as many gizmos on it. So I unlocked about $3,000 to be able to give myself a runway. And in that time, I'm making video games, and what I want to do in the future is make video games, whether or not that's with a regular full-time job and then making games on the side, or whether or not that's a game job like in the industry. So yes, I sold my car to make video games. If there are people similar to me who have been laid off recently, there's been 1,600 layoffs in the last sort of 6 months or so. If you're one of those people, think about what sort of assets you have, things that you can sell that you don't need, things that you could have worse versions of to give you a bit of runway. That's a good piece of advice for anyone that's sort of scrambling around with no money. Sell the stuff that you have no emotional connection with, that you could make do with a lesser version of. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. As I said before, look at my Patreon, Acrylic Pixel, search for that. Updates on my little indie game Novajet, which I'm making, and I'll see you in the next one.